Uh-oh.
It's okay. I might pass. I'll sneeze off the microphone.
Okay. Can I intro?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Winx Skull.
And I'm Adrienne Tilley.
And this is Marshmallow Mimosa, in which Adrienne may or may not sneeze.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Also, this is the last episode of Season 1.
Bum, bum, bum. Or
we'll replace that with like a real animate, like a real
the
cool.
way I started like halfway through, I'm like, wait, that was like a bad sound. Or like a, I don't, whatever. I can never say the word ominous.
Ominous? Ominous.
I think of omni.
I guess it
and
kind
then
of
I
is
have trouble saying it.
Ominous. That we're
dun dun dun. Like that's
yeah.
ominous. Yeah, so.
I guess that still seems like an appropriate sound effect.
Get ready. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Season 1 has been amazing. We have loved every second of it, and we are now excited to take all of the things that we've learned and throw them into Season 2. Mm-hmm. So there is going to be a 1 week where we don't post anything, but then you can get ready for all kinds of exciting new stuff.
Yes.
So Marshmallow Mimosa itself is not going anywhere. We are simply going to change it to be every other week instead of every week.
Yes.
And in between those weeks, we are going to have a brand new podcast, which I have been tweeting about very excitedly, and Adrienne has made adorable art for already, and that is called S'more Sci-Fi Book Club. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're very excited. We are going to read vintage sci-fi books and short stories. You look like you have something to say, Adrienne.
I was trying to get the date of the next Marshmallow Mimosa, and then my calendar freaked out for a minute, and that's why I look so troubled. But the 20th is when we're back, so we're just skipping a week.
The 20th is going to be the first episode of Season 2 on Marshmallow Mimosa.
Yeah, and the 27th.
Or 27th, sorry.
Yeah.
I've been posting with the 26th on like all social media, but I think that's the day of the Patreon
post, so
yes.
27th. Me too. So
if you're one of our patrons, you get the episodes a day early. So
that was me. I started that. I'm sorry.
No worries.
27th.
So the 27th is going to be the first episode of the S'more Sci-Fi Book Club, and we are kicking things off in September. We're going to be reading not only a book, but to have sort of some bonus reads. We're also reading some short stories.
Yeah.
So the main book for the month is going to be The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
So good.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I actually am really excited because I have an illustrated version by Edward Gorey. Mm-hmm. I love Edward Gorey.
I got a Whisper Sync version through Amazon, so I was switching between this really awesome British author, like a British guy that was like, this is perfect. Like his voice was perfect for it, and then
love that.
And reading it, and it was real great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really like when I've only had Whisper Sync on a couple books, but it's been pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the first read. And then the second set of reads is 3 Ray Bradbury short stories, which are A Sound of Thunder, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I started to question myself. A Sound of Thunder, The Long Rain, and I Sing the Body Electric.
Yep.
We will have all of that listed down below in the description. You can also go to the Goodreads page and join and follow along and leave comments, and it will be great. And if you are going to post any updates on social media, you should use the hashtag S'more Sci-Fi.
Yes.
And then we can all enjoy each other's posts, and it will be very fun. Mm-hmm. And we will talk a little bit more about this later on. So, for the final time in Season 1, Adrienne, what are you into?
Oh, I'm starting. I feel like I started last time.
I just made that decision.
Okay. I said what? What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Okay. I was just thinking, so I just wanted to mention this one, but I guarantee nobody needs to go watch this unless they really like B-movies. I have a love for B-movies, like horror B-movies from 70s and 80s that I've had since childhood. I love Mystery Science Theater 3000 and all that stuff. So I had heard of this movie years ago, literally years ago, and I had wanted to see it, but there was no way for me to get it. You know, it wasn't a Blockbuster or whatever, you know? And it's like, so literally teenage years. It was called Uninvited, and it's from 1988. And I should just read the description, because it was like a dream come true, because I'd been looking at this movie for so long. And then, of course, I'm not going to have it up. I do have it up. A sinister corporation loses control of a house cat infected with a genetically engineered virus. The death toll rises during the mutant feline's rampage, and eventually it finds its way on board the yacht of a criminal kingpin.
Dang.
So it's this little ginger house cat that has a demon inside of it, and when it like gets threatened in literally any way, the demon pops out of its mouth, and it's like
I've seen this.
You've probably seen like gifs of something. You've actually seen the movie.
I've actually watched this movie.
And you like somebody gets bit, and then their blood's like boiling and stuff.
I've actually watched this movie.
Yeah, what'd you think? How old were you?
I mean, this was actually just a few years ago. It was one of those things where someone else was watching it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
I found it so funny. Oh my gosh.
It was pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly not as into the B horror movie type things, but it was an experience. I will say that.
It was an experience.
It was an experience to watch that.
Yeah, those are like, oh my gosh, found the perfect B movie, get popcorn, and then Cool and I sit there and make fun of it the whole time. So it's like a lot of fun when I love B movies.
That's fair. I mean,
the sound was so funny in that movie because it was so bad. There was clearly with like a keyboard with cat sounds, and they're just like, meow, 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 meow. I was like, what are you doing? The cat's not even meowing.
That is pretty. I mean, I feel like I probably get a similar type of excitement when I find a new reality show.
Yeah, I probably. Yeah, this is my equivalent to your reality show.
Exactly. I can totally respect this excitement, even if it's not in my wheelhouse per se.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
And another one is a podcast I just started listening to. I'd heard of. So I love advice stuff. I read a lot of advice columns I can find, and I love the Savage Love Cast and that kind of thing. I don't know if you're that, but I've heard of Dear Sugar before, and I kind of looked at their column a little bit.
I have not heard of this.
But they have a podcast called Dear Sugars, and it's this guy and this woman, and I think the woman's been doing the column for a long time. Mm-hmm. But it's super good. It's so good. And they do like pretty heavy subjects, and they kind of like will bring on like a guest and stuff, and they like read letters, and all like the general advice stuff. But I was just like so into it the last few days, and it's so good. Their advice is like so solid. Is
it just advice about all things?
Yeah, it's generally like going off life or relationships or something. Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of like a good one to talk about, because I was just listening to a few like basically on the way here. One was talking about like which was kind of relevant to us, about like pursuing your this was called The Price of Our Dreams. And so I was talking about, the one that was like a mother that had 5 children, and she started having them when she was like 18 or 16. And she was 29, and she was like, I want to do something else. I want to start going to college. How do I even balance all this? Because 5 kids is a lot.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to, give her the best advice they could. And you should, if you feel like college is something that you need to have, like, I can understand that's a big accomplishment and what you need, and all that stuff. And then somebody else that's like, I have been an accountant, and I made a choice to be an accountant out of fear, financial fear, instead of pursuing my dream as like a journalist in college. And so, but it's sucking the soul out of my body. So how do I make the change to be a creative person? And they're like, well, don't quit your job. Just start writing. Just start doing things. And I was like, so it's just like really, really good advice.
That's awesome.
I was really enjoying it. Yeah.
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 That's super cool.
I love advice columns and advice anything. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm into right now. What about you?
Okay. So I have a few things, as per usual. First, even though this episode is not going to be coming out until the 7th, or 6th, I don't know. I'm now confused about all of our dates just because of that confusion earlier. But upon filming this, it is September 1st, and it is officially the first day of the Hogwarts school year. I'm very excited about this. My girlfriend Jess is very excited about this, and we have a tradition where every month we give each other anniversary presents
Oh my
for
goodness. You guys are so cute.
Lunarversary, which I totally got that term from my friend Beth Wynn, so I give her full credit. But yeah, so our anniversary is on the 2nd, so we actually exchanged gifts a little early, although I did not give her one piece of mine yet. I have to give that, I have to finish it, and I'll give it to her tomorrow. But as of posting this, she will have already gotten it, so I can spoil, because it is a Hufflepuff cross-stitch I've been working on.
Ooh,
I just
I
underestimated how, I'll show you afterwards. I just underestimated how much the text part was going to take, so I have to finish that.
What does it say?
Where they are just and loyal, and it has a badger. And it's kind of geometric looking. It's just all in various shades of like yellows and sort of brownish yellows, and I put it on black. So it's got a pretty cool thing going on.
She's going to be so pumped.
She got me a Gryffindor cardigan, and she got herself a matching Hufflepuff one. And then my other part of my gift, so I made the cross stitch, and then I also did this super cheesy thing where I got a set of mugs. And it's actually, she loves Game of Thrones. I also really like Game of Thrones, but she loves it. So one of them, it's like the Daenerys and Drogo, moon of my life, my sun and stars. So one mug says one and the other mug says the other. So I got these because we have this tradition of going and getting coffee together during the week. And we always talk about how when we move in, we'll, have like quiet time in the morning, drink coffee together. So I was like, we can do that now, just in separate homes.
Oh my gosh.
So I
it's
know.
Like,
we're
both look up at the moon together. Like
we
that.
are seriously
so
just like
cheesy and adorable.
So like just everyone is just vomiting right now. From how we did. Like I've become the person I used to make fun of.
Yeah.
But I have no shame in my game. So I got this set and I was like, okay, you pick which one you want and which one I should have, and then we'll both have our mugs. It turns out she also got coffee mugs so that we could both drink coffee mugs. She got one that's a Gryffindor one and one that's a Hufflepuff one. So we were on the same page. Anyway, so that's happening. And then I'm really excited because tomorrow is our actual 5-month anniversary. And to celebrate it, we are going to a steampunk tea house to have high tea. Yeah, I'm so excited. This place is called Clockwork Rose Tea Emporium, which is
I've
just
seen it downtown Beaverton.
Super, yeah. I've never been there, but it sounds so cool. I've never had high tea before.
What does that even mean?
Just like super fancy tea.
Oh, okay.
You get like it's like it is a full experience of drinking tea, and you get little like sandwiches and sweets and stuff like that. But they also cater to allergens really well there. So they have a full vegan high tea thing, like menu, like already set.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it sounds so fancy. But I called them because I was like, okay, so Jess is vegan, but I have very different dietary needs, and I don't eat any grains. Essentially paleo, which is like the easiest thing to grab onto. But so I was like, can you do that? Because gluten-free doesn't always cut it for me. And they were like, oh, well, that's not really something that we offer. And so then I started to be worried that this wasn't going to actually work. But then I talked to the owner, like they just handed the phone off to the owner. And she was so sweet and so excited. And she's asking me, oh, can you eat this? Can you eat that? Oh, I'll put together this kind of thing for you. And then we can have this kind of stuff for Jess. And like just basically custom made this amazing, it sounds so amazing menu. For our high tea experience tomorrow. So I'm really excited. Like I'm already giving them all the star review because
I have to wait 2 weeks to hear about the high tea experience.
I know, but it's going to be epic. I'm so excited. And I totally have a steampunk dress I'm going to wear.
Yeah, I'll have to talk about that D&D dinner I went to. And then, yeah.
Exactly. The only other things, I was going to say thing and then I realized I had more. As far as books, I'm getting really excited for some sci-fi reads, including those for the book club. Jess and I also have a few sci-fi reads that we're going to read together, and hopefully do another Books with Bae episode on YouTube, because we do that. And I'm really excited because I actually took all this next week off of work for Labor Day week. I'm doing a staycation, so I'm just going to be reading a bunch and catching up on some project stuff and filming and all the things. So that's going to be super exciting. And then the last thing is an update on my apartment status. Is a victory that I
you told me you had a
achieved.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, I told Adrienne I had a story, and I wasn't going to tell her until we were recording.
Okay, I'm getting ready with the...
So, this is one of those things where I just feel so vindicated, right? And it's not even like a big thing, but I just feel so pleased about it. Okay, so they give me this like rundown of expenses because, of course, they will want to charge me for everything.
Of course.
They did the like apartment run through, and they're saying, I have to pay for the carpet cleaning and just like, I don't know. There's all this random confusing stuff that was on there. We sorted most of it out, but one thing that just really got me going is that they said that they had to replace all of the burner things on the stove. Not the actual burners themselves, but the little trays under them.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them did have some charring on it. I tried to scrub it off as much as I could, but it did have some black on it. That one probably needs to get replaced. I personally think that should be the apartment's.
I've never been charged for that.
I've never been charged for that. I think that's something that the apartment should pay for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will admit that one probably needed to be replaced. They wanted to charge me for all 4 of them, and I will say here and now, I hate cooking, and I never used any of those. And so I pointed this out. I was like, why am I being charged like $15 for burners? And he was like, oh, they all needed to be replaced. And I said, no, I don't think they did, because I guarantee 3 out of 4 were in pristine condition. And not only did I not use them, I washed them before I moved out, just to make sure they didn't have any, grease or whatever that had splattered. And the guy was like, oh, well, we have photographs. They take photographs. And he was like, I can pull up the photographs. And I was like, okay, do that. Go pull up the photograph. Go get it, Mike.
Oh, evil Mike. Okay.
Yeah, evil Mike. So he was like, okay, well, we'll just have to do that later. And I was like, okay. So then I went in today and I said, did you look into the burner plates? And he was like, oh, no, but they have photographs. I'll have to, I can go get the photograph. I'm like, okay, like, keep threatening.
Let's do that right now.
Keep threatening me with this arbitrary photograph. I want to see, because I will be just so impressed by how pristine looking these 3 burners are. And he's obviously just trying to freak me out so that I'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm wrong. Like, I guess you have photos and I must have missed something.
Mess with the wrong person.
No, I was like, I guarantee that those look fine. So finally he went and he looked and he comes back and he's like, yeah, they were fine. So I got refunded. So it was like $12, but I'm so...
It's the small victories here. Cause
victorious.
They're such jerks.
They're such jerks. I was just like, this is $12 of pure principle that I am so excited to have refunded to me. And I am going to go spend that on something totally indulgent.
Yep.
And it's going to be great. So yeah, I feel just really pleased with myself and life for standing up for the fact that I do not cook.
Yeah, ours are a mess. I expect them to be needed to be replaced.
No, I don't even turn 3 out of 4 on. So
yeah, cool cooks. So
yeah,
it's good for me.
Yes. Anyway, that is the actual last thing that I had on my list. So, for the main topic today, because it is the final episode, we just want to kind of recap where this episode, where the season has taken us, and what we're looking forward to in season 2. So,
yes,
the first prompt I had. Oh, okay, wait. Before we get into this, just a reminder, stay tuned, because at the end of this, we're going to announce the winners of I already forgot almost. We're going to announce the winners of our giveaways.
Yeah, you were in the middle of talking about your stuff, and I was like, oh shoot, we should have said that at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then whoops. And also, it's Winx's idea to wait till the end, by the way.
It's suspense. So. It's good. It's like good TV. You got to wait until the dramatic conclusion. Anyway, I'm sorry if that's mean, everyone, but come on, it's a giveaway. It's exciting.
I'm just saying it's on you. So.
Okay, so
as they're cursing us silently,
right? I mean, we're sending them.
They're probably yelling, but
So the first prompt that I have down here is talking about what we expected going in. So, Adrienne, what did you expect going into this podcast?
I don't know exactly. I had no ideas because I didn't know how much work it was going to be. How much investment of my time or energy or anything.
Yeah.
So it was a total experiment. I freaking love podcasts, and it's been I should have been making one forever ago, and they finally was like just doing it.
You have been talking about it for a long time. Yeah.
Cole and I were like, I was trying to convince Cole to do a podcast a while ago, but he was actually bringing it up again because I think he was a little encouraged by hearing us and being like, oh, we could do it maybe.
You could do one, yeah.
There's this really tangent. There's this one YouTuber that does movie reviews called Comic Book Girl 19, and I really like her stuff. But she has like this robot side partner person that she like does reviews with.
Okay.
But so she wanted to review Sailor Moon, like one of the original movies or something, and it's super feminine, super girly. So the robot was like, "No, I'm reviewing Commando." So they did a slash review of Commando and Sailor Moon, and it was like total masculinity and total femininity, and it was so great. And so we were really talking about like doing like, like 2 movies and like discussing them with each other. I'm like, that would be a great format. I would love to do that.
That would be cool. And you're both so into movies and stuff.
Yep.
And, yeah.
So
I support both of you in this. See, just jumping into one project just leads to jumping into all the projects, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like I was in a similar headspace coming in, where it was just a random suggestion that you had that we try this out.
You'd already like bought a microphone with that like kind of like, I don't know, maybe kind of a thing.
Yeah, I bought a microphone, a nice microphone, because I thought that I would want to do more audio stuff, like podcast or narration or something.
Yeah. And
so it was kind of a good justification for that. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but it's been cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any things that were surprising to you?
How little energy it took.
Yeah.
Even though it is like I need to get the episode art together. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to make sure everything's out on time. But it's more of a project that gives me more energy than less. It makes me feel more organized about, like, I think you feel similar, but like more feeling just generally more organized in my life.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think it's just because it's an extreme scheduled thing.
Exactly. Yeah, we do have a very good schedule and a good situation going in folders on Google Drive.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like actually that is similarly, I was surprised by how much less effort it takes than sometimes for videos. Yeah, and I had to make an adjustment definitely to the length differences between a podcast episode and a YouTube video. And then when it was hour-long podcasts, my initial thought was, this is going to take so long to edit because editing videos takes forever.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't, though, because we honestly edit very little.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what we record is what you hear. So that was surprising to me. Do you have a favorite part about podcasting?
Oh my gosh, you're interviewing me.
I know. I'm sorry. I have the questions in front of me. So
I know. I was like, I should have grabbed some of them.
Yeah.
Winx, what was your favorite part about this?
Oh, that's a great question, Adrienne. How original and unique.
Whoa.
That sounded really sarcastic. I didn't mean
it.
I really didn't mean it like that. I take it all back. Wow.
I was like, whoa, no, judgy Winx.
That joke went completely like just sideways and evil.
Podcast over.
Oh no, I spent too much time around my evil landlord people.
You did.
I soaked
it
up.
They took some of your soul out from you.
It's okay. I'll just like watch something happy and fluffy and absorb some of that back. I'll watch Harry Potter stuff. Yeah. Favorite part. I feel like it has made me a lot more motivated just about other projects in general, because we talk about projects and stuff, but
totally, yeah.
I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm thinking more about these things, and it makes me feel more creative because I don't know, I just feel like we have covered so many different topics.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, like, we had the one episode that we talked about some sci-fi short stories, and then suddenly we just start brainstorming, and that turns into this whole new podcast.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, though, that ability for us to just kind of back and forth my favorite thing is the way that we work together.
Totally. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. We were just high-fiving each other yesterday or something over Slack. Yes, we're just like, because it's always just so easy. It's never like, it's always like, we're always on the same wavelength. So it's,
it's worked out really well where we just bring different things to the table that end up being exactly what we needed.
Yeah, and it's also very easy in that I can always be like, I never feel like I have to worry if I'm just like, here's my feelings.
Yeah.
Like, and you're always like, oh, that's totally understandable. You know, I'm like we were talking about before this episode, like, I feel really anxious if we don't do a test of the audio, like unplug the microphones and listen to it. Like on the way, we didn't do it last week, and on the way home, I was like, it was almost that feeling of like, did I leave the oven on? I was like, what if it didn't record? And it was really, and you were like, oh, it doesn't really matter to me, but absolutely, let's do that to relieve any anxiety about that.
You know, it's such a small thing to do.
Exactly. Yeah,
it saves you from feeling anxious.
Yeah, it's always like, I'm always like, let's check in how we feel about everything.
Yeah.
Are we feeling any extra stress about this? What do we need to do to make this more efficient? Like, it's always just, it's very easy because we both have the, whatever, same language, whatever, I don't know. You know.
We're on a similar wavelength with dealing with anxieties and not putting too much stress on it. I mean, like, and I had those few weeks where I was super stressed about Book Bath Box and everything, and Adrienne edited 3 episodes in a row, and normally we try to just go back and forth. So, yeah, it's just, I feel like that's been an awesome thing. You are an awesome co-host to work with.
Same to you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh.
This is such a motion between me talking about Jess and then like this. We're just cheesing out here.
I used to make a joke with Cole. He used to make those cheesy jokes, and I'd be like, I'm choking on corn right now. Like,
what?
Like, it's so corny. I'm choking on corn. Yeah. I was just thinking about that when you were talking about it you guys being corny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's good. Yeah.
Because I'm a jerk, so.
I mean, you know, it's okay. I totally accept that Jess and I are, like, overwhelmingly mushy, and I love it, so.
Yeah.
The world can just deal with it.
I know, yeah.
And plus we have a hashtag, so, you know.
You do? Oh,
yeah,
Jinx. Yeah, Jinx.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's perfect.
Adrienne.
Anyway. That's actually a cool name.
Name our next animal that.
Yeah. You name your next pet after yourselves.
Yes. I'll name our next dog's Jinx just because your combined name is so cool.
Perfect.
And then you can name your next cat Adrienne.
Then it's slightly less narcissistic.
Yes.
Oh, man. Wow. We have sidetracked.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to our actual topic.
Oh, wait, what's our topic? No, sorry.
I know. What's happening? What is podcast? How to podcast. What are you most looking forward to in season 2?
Season 2 of Marshmallow Mimosa?
Of the whole situation. Of season 2 of Marshmallow
situation.
What are you looking forward to after season 1 of Marshmallow Mimosa?
I am so excited about S'more Sci-Fi.
Gosh. Yeah, can we just take a moment to express how truly excited we are?
You bought Rocky Road ice cream in celebration and stuff?
I really wanted something with s'mores.
Okay, I stopped by this gluten-free bakery because I saw that they had graham crackers a few weeks ago, and I was like, I should go buy those freaking graham crackers. I already have marshmallows at home. I could make s'mores, and they didn't have them, and I was like, but I was so excited.
Yeah. Well, and Dunkin' Donuts has a s'mores coffee, which I actually posted a photo of on Instagram, and I love it. I'm a Dunkin' Donuts fangirl in general, but then I saw it at Target shortly after we had decided on the name S'more Sci-Fi, and so I clearly had to buy a bag.
Yeah.
Just for like multiple reasons, but for the podcast.
Yeah.
And now I am planning on going to Target tomorrow morning and seeing if they still have some because I want to stock up because I love that stuff.
Yeah, it'll probably be gone soon because it's like seasonal. That's why I don't think they have the graham crackers anymore.
It's seasonal, and so I don't know if it was leftovers from summer or if it was like an early fall kind of thing.
It's more like campfire.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they still have some, and I'll buy like a couple bags just to kind of coast on. But I'm basically freaking out about this podcast in the best way.
Yeah.
so excited. I was dying. The week before we announced it, I was just
You were
dying. I kept messaging Adrienne because I just had to talk to someone about it. So we were just having this ongoing, repetitive conversation about our mutual excitement.
Yep.
I mean, it's still happening. We're talking about it right now.
I know.
We will never stop talking about how excited we are.
No, and I really hope people are into it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a few people are.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
well, now the
all
pressure's
of you,
on to be entertaining, though.
I know.
So
We'll see. But
we have practice now.
by the way, to all of you who have commented and tweeted and stuff, that just it makes our life.
It does.
Every time we see one of those, we immediately message each other and link it and freak out.
Yeah, it's so motivating to be like, okay, people are like this and they're encouraging us to move forward. Yeah, it's
exactly.
Like little like cheerleaders inside, like, you doing it, go. So
I'm not going to sing it, but I have that song in my head now that I found myself a cheerleader.
I don't know that one.
I would sing it, but I have zero ability to do that. My voice is too monotone that it, like, no notes actually happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should we talk about Goodreads now? I don't remember when you were going to bring that in.
So this is one thing. So with the podcast, or with the new podcast, my girlfriend Jess actually had the idea that we should make a Goodreads page.
Totally.
And so we did, and I'm very excited about it. I will have it linked in the descriptions, and you can go and check that out if you would like. You can join. We already have 71 people as of recording this, which is
Winx has crazy amount of friends on Goodreads. So
yeah,
I have one, and it's Winx.
Somebody send Adrienne a friend request. I
just don't do like any social media.
Turn this around.
Like Steam, I think I had one. I think Cole's my only friend on there. Like, I just don't do that kind of thing.
I mean, I just really like. I think Goodreads feels different to me than other social media, just because it's not about it's so focused and so it's just so focused on what you're reading.
Yeah.
So that it's not like posting about various. I guess you can follow people who are reading specific genres, but I don't know. I just really like seeing all these things that different people are reading.
Yeah.
And I don't get on the feed that much, but every once in a while I do, and I don't know. It's just it's nice.
Have, like over 100 books on there, so it's like I definitely use it as a good tool for finding books and like keeping. I like the recommendations are fantastic. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, anyway, so we have this Goodreads group, and you are all invited. We would love you to go join. I literally invited my entire friend group on Goodreads. So if you are not in that list, send me a friend request, or just go and join the group.
Yeah.
Or neither. It's up to you. But the group is really exciting. We have the current reads listed in there, so if you want to keep up with what we're reading and what we're going to be reading next, you can just follow along. I have already set up a few sort of default topic threads for the particular books and short stories that we're planning on reading. And one thing that came up in our random Slack conversations together, Adrienne had feelings about the threads.
Yes.
I mean, I made it sound more, I don't know, like emotional than it was, but
it did. I was just kind of going like, how do I do this? Because I don't usually do it. That was more like my personal anxieties about it, being like, should I be starting conversations? Should I just other people start conversations? I don't even know how to do this thing. So yeah,
I think that if you have something to say, you should totally say it. And I think
or you save it for the podcast, Winx.
I mean, either one.
Because you're gonna read it, and then you're gonna be like, oh. And then I'm going to be like, I was going to surprise you with that question.
We've both been making a lot of notes personally for the podcast material. But if you have something that you would like to hear what other people have to say about it, I think that's worth, you don't even necessarily have to say, I read this part and this is how I feel. You could start a topic and say, hey, what did everybody think about this part?
Yeah.
Or this theme, or this character, whatever. And I think that would be a really interesting thing to see. So yeah, if you guys want to read along, we would freak out. in a
Winx
really good way.
Has this look on her face that's like, it's really intense.
Yeah, I'm really excited about everything. So when I get really excited, I don't realize how crazed my face gets. But
Only you could see it.
I know. No, actually, I got captured once because tangent. I went a few years ago to Seattle, and they had a sci-fi and fantasy exhibit at what is that? The music.
That's a permanent museum. But there's a sci-fi museum.
Yeah, there's the permanent
EMP.
Yeah, but they had an exhibit.
Oh, okay.
That it was only temporary.
Oh, okay, yeah. But in the sci-fi museum portion, or is it? Because it would be. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is they have EMP and they actually have a sci-fi museum, and then they have exhibits that are associated with the sci-fi museum.
Okay, yeah. So this was an exhibit.
Okay, yes.
It was there for a couple years.
I'm wondering if it's one I went to, but
yeah, I know because I know it also. I know some of these items traveled around, and they were previously in St. Louis, so that's the only reason I know it was an exhibit.
And what exhibit was it?
Well, it had just a lot of different things.
Oh, okay.
But
I think I've seen pictures of you with
one
this
of the things that I knew was traveling around was Kirk's chair.
Right. Yeah.
So, but the thing that this long tangent is about is that I was walking through. I knew that they were going to have Kirk's chair. I knew that they were going to have like Darth Vader's mask and stuff like that. I come around a corner, and there is the uniform of Lieutenant Commander Data, who is my all-time favorite Star Trek character. I used to dress up as him every day when I was little for some period of time, and I put like baby powder on my face, and I would slick my hair back, and like I'm obsessed with Data.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And there is his uniform, and I immediately had to get my picture taken, and I didn't even realize it, but the look in my eyes is amazing. I am so overly excited.
Yeah.
It looks like I am just like screaming internally.
Yeah.
So I probably have that look right now.
Yeah. I saw they had a Battlestar Galactica exhibit going around in there, and they had like an actual Viper and one of the Cylon ships in there from what they used in the show. They were really cool.
They did not have that when I was there.
Super cool. I actually have a Battlestar Galactica tattoo, so.
Yes. I actually remember noticing this Battlestar Galactica tattoo when you first started working at our company.
Very, very few people recognize it. It's just the colonial symbol, but it's not even like the whole symbol. It's just part of it. So, yeah.
No, but I remember seeing it and getting excited. Because I have a similarly placed Star Trek tattoo, forearm area.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was my only forearm tattoo. So I was like, we clearly have a connection.
My friend got a Cylon tattoo, but it was like more like the 1980s one. And then I got the colonial steel. So
You know, the other day I was at the deli near our work, and I was getting a tea, and the cashier, noticed that I have a Deathly Hallows tattoo on my wrist, and he commented on it, and then he was like, "Oh, I also have a Harry Potter tattoo in the same spot." And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. What is yours?" And I'm expecting, it's sort of a traditional tattoo among book nerds to either have Deathly Hallows or like his glasses with the little like lightning bolt above, one of those kind of things. He has in that white ink that glows in the dark or whatever, the black light ink or ink. He has the Death Eater symbol.
Whoa!
I know. I was like, that's hardcore.
Yeah, that's cool.
He just like went sort of like goth metal on Harry Potter tattoos.
Now I want to get a Death Eater tattoo.
That's a hardcore, yeah.
Because that's cool.
That's cool, yeah. So I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I do not personally identify as a Death Eater, but
but I like
cool,
the horror element. I could see that going.
Yeah, it was, and like isn't
that a skull and the like a
snake?
And a snake.
Yeah,
I need to look it up now.
It was a pretty. I was excited. I love that moment when you have that sort of that connection with random people.
Yeah,
it's like we're not going to really see each other that much. I might see you at the deli again sometime, but we know that each other are book nerds.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that I just totally messed up the tenses in that sentence I just spoke.
could also just get one that isn't exactly from the movie, too, because you can make your own version of that.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could have a Death Eater inspired tattoo.
Yeah, that one's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, nobody can see that.
We just listen to us Tumblr. It's the best podcast. Tumblr sounds.
Oh, that's a really lovely name, actually.
Oh, okay, we should trademark that and do something cool with that. Third podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, back to whatever it was we were talking about.
Whatever, yeah.
We were talking about the new, exciting podcast.
Yeah. What else was on your list? Is that it?
Pretty much. I mean,
I'm just making sure we didn't miss any questions.
I mean, that's the last note on my notes, besides announcing the winners, is that we wanted to talk about it's just basically geeking out about S'more Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is so perfect for our various interests.
Yes.
For all of the marshmallows out there, because I feel like I would be surprised to hear if the marshmallows were not into sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
We have space marshmallows.
Yeah. And I feel like, oh, man, see, and then I just want to start talking about War of the Worlds, but it's almost like a historical piece as well. It's like frozen in history, and it's so fascinating.
Well, and that's the other thing. Okay, so I don't know if we've actually touched too much on this in the podcast. I can't remember what we talked about last week. But one thing that I think is going to be really fun is that we are definitely going to talk about the history of these pieces.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some research into the history behind the different books and the authors and sort of what was going on in the times. Yeah. And Adrienne...
yeah, Winx is the smart one, and I'm like I'm going to watch a movie.
You keep saying this, but like...
It just feels like you're like diving into the history behind it and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to watch a Moody adaptation with Tom Cruise. Like,
you are going to talk about the impact that these have made on modern science fiction.
Well, I'll try. That's a hard one to...
But that's what your specialty is. Like, you know so much about like the current. I mean,
I'll try.
When I read where who's at? Well,
who goes there?
Who goes there? Yeah. When I read Who Goes There, you were so full of information about the various different renditions of the thing, like the ones that were good, the ones that were bad.
That was also my favorite movie. So,
but I mean, that's point in case that is your specialty, and you should be very confident in your abilities, and everyone's gonna be so impressed. Yeah.
I watched this awful Ray Bradbury adaptation of The Sound of Thunder. I mean, it was like, I don't regret that hour and a half of my life.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good. And I'm excited to talk about it.
I'm really excited to hear about it. Yeah, it's gonna be so good. I don't know how we're gonna make it until filming. But
filming.
I've been doing really good about not using YouTube terminology, but I'm getting too excited. I can't get my words straight.
Yeah, I just hope that people, because I was like on my Apple TV and I was like, A Sound of Thunder, and I saw that come up and I was like, oh my gosh, a terrible B movie? I need to watch this. So I was like, I just hope people, I'm totally gonna be, I want to watch the horrible stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, you should watch
just watch the best of the best, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, we want to hear about the full...
Like, entertaining, not
full
like...
spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know the terrible stuff that was inspired by it, the actual good stuff.
We can't announce the October book, but I already know what I'm going to watch for that, and I'm so excited for it.
There's a lot of options for that, too.
Yeah, but I looked up, I'm going to look up best adaptations, and there was some really cool stuff in there that I'm like... Yeah. So.
All right. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I have...
Get ready for a spooky October.
I know. Even before doing any actual research, I just happened to know some cool facts about this book and the story behind it. So
yeah,
I am pumped.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about it.
I know. We're going to announce what that book is in those first episodes of S'more Sci-Fi. And we are... I think we mentioned this last week, but just to reiterate, we are going to post 3 episodes at the same time, just to kind of get some bulk in the feed.
Yeah, and new people can get a feel for what it would be like to actually subscribe, and so.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to have the one bonus episode where we talk about the Ray Bradbury short stories, and then it's going to have 2 episodes, which is going to be more of our normal monthly format, where we have one episode that's sort of a history and movie related / initial thought type of episode, and then one where we dig more into our feelings on the book.
Yep.
And that is, of course, subject to change because we are just trying to figure this out. But I think that's sort of the general format.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll, we've gotten some great feedback from Marshmallows. And so, I'm hoping we'll get more feedback because we just want to improve with whatever you guys are into. So, that could be another good reads thread, being like things they'd want to be hearing or, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that would be good.
Tell us who won the giveaway now.
Let's just do it. Let's just dive in. Okay, so as you guys may recall, beautiful marshmallows, that we did some, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point.
Like every beginning of each, the last 5 podcasts, you mentioned it.
I mean, it's the last 10 minutes of the last episode of season 1. I'm a mess.
You are.
It can't be helped. We have some giveaways that we've been doing. If you are just tuning in now, I'm so sorry you missed it. But we decided to do these giveaways, and the winners are going to get a book bath box, which is the subscription box that I run, and it sends out a book along with a bath product and 2+ extra items like teas and candles and all those types of goodies that will give you a full, epic, thematic reading in the bath experience. It's beautiful. So I have some extras of the summer box, which has already gone out. You cannot get it anymore, and we have 2 lucky winners. One of them is our patron from Patreon, and I am really sorry that I was having a hard time trying to decide how to pronounce your name. I'm going to try to pronounce your name, and just apologies in advance. I'm going to write it in the description, and I'll send you a message, so there's no way that you will not be informed. Josas? Was that how it said it? Josas.
Yes.
Yes. You have won a book bath box.
Congratulations.
Yay, and thank you. I have to say that you have been really fun to have on Patreon. Mm-hmm. They leave really fun comments, and it just always makes me smile. So, congratulations. You are a winner, and I will contact you to get your information so that I can send you this lovely box. Mm-hmm. The second winner is one of our followers who left a review on iTunes, which is so helpful, and it was very lovely. All of you who have left us reviews, they have been so lovely.
They have, yeah.
Thank you all so much. That, again, just makes us all cheesy and mushy. We're just like melted cheese whiz. Yeah. I know. I don't know. Just scratch that. You didn't hear that. The winner of this part of the giveaway is, I'm just going to say the username, and that is Melizes, Melizes. And I will also contact you to get your information so I can send you one of these boxes. So,
congratulations.
Yay. Yes, thank you guys so much for entering. This has been super duper fun, and there's also going to be one other book bath box winner on my YouTube channel, so
nice.
I'll be announcing that very soon as well.
We're gonna have to do some sticker or some kind of awesome giveaway for books of the month. I could do a little art, and then have a little that'd be so cute.
That would be really cute.
Doing little I'm sure you did
talking really quietly.
We could just do a little stickers.
This time you're talking so much more quiet.
I don't know. I'm usually so loud.
I know.
But that would be really it wouldn't be too expensive to send out just flat mail for
that would
some
be
cute stuff. That'd be fun.
I support all of this.
Mm-hmm. I just want to make some cute, ridiculously cute stuff. So basically, and give it to people because it makes them happy.
I have in my possession some really cute new stuff that Adrienne has made.
Yes.
And I am dying.
Those would be excellent to send out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm,
yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Are you all intrigued by our vague conversation here? Because you should be. You really should be. Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just in a really good mood today because there's so many good things. We're doing giveaways. We have successfully done a season of a podcast, which was awesome. We're really excited for season 2. Which, by the way, if you guys have any suggestions on things that you want to hear in not just the S'more Sci-Fi podcast, but in Marshmallow Mimosa, because that is going to kind of be the same basic format. We still want to talk about our projects and just general
so if you have any
stories.
topics or whatever, feel free to email or message us, whatever. Tweet at us, whatever.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to totally just come out of left field here.
OMG. I'm ready.
I'm going to tell a story that would be the kind of story I would tell in what I'm into. But I'm going to do it at the tail end of this episode.
What? Okay.
I'm throwing caution to the wind. And this is specifically because, if you recall, recently I put out a survey, a little Google form, asking if anybody wanted to give us some feedback. We did have some lovely answers to that, and someone specifically requested stories about cats, especially if it was going to involve someone sliding across the floor.
That's right.
That happened. Yes, I've been in the new apartment for about a week and a half now. And it took a little adjusting for the kitties. Mosa went through some hard times, and YT adjusted really well, but I could tell she was a little stressed just because she was a little bit more lethargic.
Yeah,
I mean, she's
even more aloof.
Yeah, I mean, she's a pretty chill cat. She likes to just hang out and take naps and stuff, but she has her burst of energy, and she had a little less of that. But I can tell she's feeling better, and they were having a little run around, chase each other kind of party. Yep. Which is especially fun, I'm sure, when I have the remnants of my moving boxes sitting out.
Oh, yeah.
So they can kind of hide behind them and stuff. Yeah. And YT was chasing Mosa, and Mosa decided to run and sort of sweep underneath of the coffee table. And YT's running after her. She starts sliding on her little tufts that stick out from her paws. So she's on ice skates. She starts
Forever
sliding.
Slippers.
Yeah. And you could tell that she had this moment where she realized she could not stop.
Oh, no.
And she tried to jump, but it just made her jump into the side of the coffee table.
Ouch.
And then she had that moment, where she looked like she was kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh man, poor kitty.
Yeah.
But it's a good sign. There's going to be some fun sliding.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping to catch a video of it so I can post that on YouTube soon.
Tux never has any embarrassment. He's the only cat I've ever known that will fall off of something or slam into something or trip, and he's just like, "What?" And he's just like a dog, dogs does something stupid and they're just like, whatever. Tux is totally like that. Where my other cat's I would never, and just So, I don't know. He's funny.
That's
a good boy.
I feel like YT doesn't get too much embarrassed just because I feel like she doesn't, I don't know.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care, yeah.
Confidence.
Exactly. She's a Gryffindor. Okay. I'm really going tangential here, but we've got 5 minutes. So
this tangent
here's this last tangent, and this is coming full circle because I began my talk by talking about the fact that it is the first day of the Hogwarts semester. I want to share a really fun fact, and that is that my girlfriend Jess and I, between us, have 4 cats, and we have concluded that we represent every Hogwarts house. Yeah. So YT is a Gryffindor, like myself. Mosa is a Ravenclaw. Jess has 2 cats, Biko and Hero. Hero, we originally thought he was a Gryffindor, but new studies have shown he's actually a total Hufflepuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, just 100% Hufflepuff. Yeah. And then Biko is a Slytherin.
Why is Biko Slytherin?
Because he's very ambitious.
Oh.
Yeah, when he wants something, he goes for it. Yeah. 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 So, yeah. And when we realized that covers every single house, we decided that we have to, obviously, make a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets, now!
Yeah, so I'm making a spreadsheet that has a tab for each kitty / house. Wow. And then an overall, overview tab, which will have, of course, color-coordinated graphs. And we are going to give points 2 cats based on the things that they do.
Right.
Yeah.
House points. Duh. Yeah.
Exactly. So, when they do something really good, they get points. When they do something naughty, like a certain Mimosa kitty scratching the carpet, Ravenclaw might lose a couple points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we decided to set up this this house system, and we are going to give our cats points. And that's just what we do with our time.
Yep. One last little tangent. It reminds me, I probably told you this. I think I told you on the podcast, but our cat, I call her Big Girl a lot, or Kitty, but her actual name is Dr. Lewis.
Yes.
And for a while, we were promoting her or demoting her based on hospital terms. That's what she was doing.
I mean, it makes sense. So we do have an actual goal with this, and that is that, so we're going to have, 2 terms. We're going to have the end of, like the first semester, essentially, so by around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Whoever's house has the most points, we're going to get a present for that cat.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say they get, like, catnip or, like, you know, like tuna or something.
Yeah, positive reinforcement. So whichever cat has done the most cute good things and the least
so they have
naughty
to be cute.
things.
I just don't know basically how I feel about that, but
the least naughty. Well, I mean, cats by definition are cute, so
yes.
Their very existence gives them cute points. It's pretty hard to not get that. Yes. So I'm very excited, and I'm sure I will update you all come December on which house has won. But
it'll be all over Instagram.
Oh, it will be. And as a side note, if anyone is inspired to make Harry Potter fan art based on our cats,
I was thinking you need to get like little scarves or something for them that are different colors or whatever.
No, that totally just needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like I need this in my life. Yeah. So we have decided that Jess and I are basically the headmistresses of our kitty Hogwarts, and we will now allot points. We also started discussing like what classes we would teach. We got really into this. She would be divination, and I was debating between potions and transfiguration.
Oh man, that's hard.
I know. For some reason, I want to say potions, but I have no idea why, because I'm actually, I don't like chemistry or cooking.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm drawn to potions.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
But for some reason, my heart tells me that if I were a wizard...
What are the other ones that I'm thinking of? They had to do, like, algebra and, or, like, arithmetics and stuff like that, too, but... I was trying to remember what the other ones were. Now I'm like, what would I teach?
Well, I mean, there's like care of magical creatures, defense against the dark arts.
IMG, I'd probably do care of magical creatures.
Yeah, that was the one. Jess was kind of debating that one too, but I think divination would be where she's at. So yeah, these are important things to figure out about ourselves and our pets.
Indeed.
Especially on the day that the school year starts.
Yep.
So I encourage all of you marshmallows to sit and ponder these important questions of life. We would love to hear what houses.
Or read Harry Potter if you haven't.
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely. Or, I mean, even just watch the movies. I mean, like, you can absorb that content pretty quick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you should definitely do that. And, man, there's I don't know why it feels like bittersweet. I don't know. It's not ending.
No, it's not.
I'm like, this is the last season.
You only get us once every other week.
I don't know why.
You aren't crying a lot from allergies. Maybe it's just making you feel emotional.
Maybe. Yeah. The air quality's real bad, and it's also really hot. So I'm going back and forth between opening the windows and breathing. Yes. Anyway. On that note, I guess we're going to sign off. General reminders that we are on social media. Oh, we should also say that, at least for the time being, probably just indefinitely, S'more Sci-Fi is going to be also just totally rolled into Marshmallow and Mimosa social media.
Yeah, our brand.
Exactly.
Our umbrella podcast network brand.
Our empire.
Our little tiny empire. Yes.
So if you
our
want
marshmallow empire.
That's adorable. So if you want to, it's like Candyland, but like, oh man, I love this. So
Marshmallow Empire, that would be a great umbrella.
Oh yeah.
Corporation
okay, well we might have to rethink this.
Cut that. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So
trademark it.
For the moment, if you want to follow Marshmallow Mimosa, if you want to follow S'more Sci-Fi we're all in the same place. On Twitter and Instagram, it's just search for Marshmallow Mimosa. Yeah, but we do have the added Goodreads page for S'more Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
We will also post the S'more Sci-Fi episodes on the same YouTube account. We'll just have a different playlist. And if you are our patron on Patreon, you will get early episodes of both podcasts. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
And on that note, to all you Moonshot Marshmallows, thanks for season 1.
Oh.